What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today, I have another 3-round NFL mock draft, Kansas City Chief edition. This one will be basically where, not on my perspective, but it is, but also too how I view the Chiefs can make selections through the first 3 rounds of this draft. No trades, just straight picks, and we're going to move from there. But before we do dive into this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for getting me closer to 400 subscribers. We're almost there. It'd be great to get to there by draft day when I go live, and then I can interact with a lot of you guys. I'll be covering every pick of the first round, and then if it goes smooth, we can do it again through Friday and Saturday and just keep this thing going. But without further ado, let's dive into this mock draft. In the first round, at the 29th pick, I got the Kansas City Chiefs selecting cornerback out of Washington, Kyler Gordon. Now, I know what a lot of Chiefs Kingdom is thinking is like they're hoping an edge rusher would be taken in this position, or they're hoping a wide receiver of their choice that has fallen will be taken in their position. I'm going off of this based off, let's say the top edge rushers are taking, let's say the top wide receivers are taking. And when I mean top, I mean when it comes down to like Chris Olave, Drake London, and then you're left with a Sky Moore, Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson. Those aren't guys I really value in the first round, so I'm going to go to the cornerback position because, again, once it falls off after George Karlaftis too, you're taking your chances with the Boye Mafe, Arnold Ebiketie, and so on too, when you might be able to get a better value at the 50 range. Now you can say, well, aren't you kind of reaching for Kyler Gordon here? This is a yes or no. If you asked this question probably like 2 weeks ago, Kyler Gordon would have been a prime candidate for that second round 50th pick. But now that we look at it, he's getting a lot of draft hype, and they're projecting him to be a late first round pick. And if Kansas City wants a prime cornerback like him, they would have to nab him at the 29th. He's a solid playmaker. He's a physical playmaker. And I think he would be a great addition to this Kansas City secondary. We're going to stay in the first round, of course. And at our 30th pick, I'm going wide receiver out of Georgia. I almost said my second round pick. The wide receiver out of Georgia, George Pickens. Now, Chiefs Kingdom loves him. I love him. And again, it depends on who you talk to if you're taking a reach here or not. I think George Pickens at the end of the day will be a late first round pick. The only one KC has really got to keep their eyes on for is George Pickens if they really want him desperately is the Green Bay Packers. Because if the Green Bay Packers want him, and we know they're a wide receiver needy team, and they have him higher on the draft boards per se other wide receivers, that's going to be the team to watch out for. But if not, I think he'd be a prime candidate here. I like him over the picks of a Christian Watson, a Sky Moore. I'm a big Sky Moore fan. George Pickens is my guy at this spot. If he didn't get hurt and if he didn't have your character issues, he might be a top 15 player in this draft. But of course, scenarios happen. He might be an early day 2 pick, or he might fall to KC here. But ending up your round 1, I have Kyler Gordon and George Pickens to wrap up round 1. Now we're diving into round 2, and this could be another questionable pick on whether if KC is reaching for this player. But we also got to mention, when I'm thinking like I'm actually in the Kansas City Chiefs organization and making picks, and if you follow the Chiefs don't tend to take the fan favorite pick or your conventional pick or the guy who's best available. They view it off of their draft boards. So with that, I think a really good defensive end piece or defensive line piece will be available here. And he's another one that's skyrocketing off boards where I don't know if they can wait till 62 to get him, and that is Joshua Paschal. Now he is like, I don't know if he's the best or one of the best run stoppers in this draft, but he excels in the run game. He doesn't have all the tools to be your greatest pass rusher, but he does have pass rushing techniques. He knows how to play off the edge, and if he can develop that, he's going to be one of the best pass rushers in the league, one of the best edge rushers in the league. He's already got the run game solidified. And if he's already locking up one edge, and then you can get Chris Jones, and let's see what Frank Clark can do this year, it's going to be interesting to see, and I think he would be a key addition. We've seen it before with the Chiefs, especially in the second round, where it'd be like a guy from McCole Hardman example, where you had, I don't know if A.J. Brown was on the board, but he went a little earlier than that, but DK Metcalf was on the board. KC doesn't go for what everyone thinks they should go. They go for what they feel is best for the organization. And I wouldn't be surprised if a defensive end like Joshua Paschal gets taken over like a guy like a Drake Jackson or an Arnold Ebiketie if they're still there. Because if they feel like that's their guy, they're going to go after him. And I actually like what I've seen from him, and I think it'd be a solid addition. I wouldn't be mad at it. Now this pick, you could say I was kind of hopeful for and kind of reaching, because he could fall to this position, and we've seen last year's linebacker fall to us and Nick Bolton when he was supposed to be an early second round pick. I'm going with Chad Muma, or Chad, oh, I messed that up. I think it's Chad Muma. You guys get where I'm going with this. Linebacker out of Wyoming. What can you not like about the guy? A solid tackler. No matter where the player is with the ball, where the ball is at, he's all over it. He knows how to get after the quarterback too. And I think that would be solidified all three of our linebackers, and every single one of them would have been taken in the second round. I think that would be a great way to wrap up the second round, is by getting Chad Muma and then wrapping up that linebacking core. And then the defense pieces, they're starting to come together. As you see, we got Kyler Gordon, you got Joshua Pascal, and now you get Chad Muma. Those are, I think, three solid additions within the second round, and then we're going to move on to the third round. Now we're going to go back in the offensive side of the ball to start off round 3. Well, not to start off round 3, but the Kansas City Chiefs' first pick in round 3 at pick 94. But I'm going to go back to Kentucky, and I'm going to select wide receiver out of Kentucky, Wan'Dale Robinson. This guy, he is very shifty, he's very elusive, he's very electric. Every time he touches the ball, it's just like lightning strikes and he's going to make something happen. And I think not a replacement, but as for like sitting on the edge of your seat, that electric play waiting to happen, that is the guy that can replace Tyreek in that essence. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get all the stats Tyreek got or anything like that, but as for playmaking capability, elusiveness, shiftiness, electrifyingness, that's not even a word, but I went there. Wan'Dale Robinson would be an excellent selection here. This one is kind of, it can mess with you a little bit, because Wan'Dale Robinson, I think he can go as high as the second round, or he can fall to the fourth round. It just views on how team really view him. But I'm going to select him in the third round with our 94th pick. And then to wrap up this 3-round NFL mock draft Kansas City Chief edition, I'm going to wrap it up with a defensive tackle. I mentioned him in my top 5 defensive tackles. I think I actually had him at number 5. Phidarian Mathis out of Alabama. He knows how to get out of their quarterback. He is a big guy. He will lay on a quarterback. He will lay on a running back. I think like any line would be happy in the NFL to have him. I think he would be a solid piece right next to Jones to start off his career, and then just have him be molded and developed into a good run stopper, which he is, and then get that pass rushing technique down, which nothing is wrong with it right now. He had 9 sacks last year, so he has the capability to get after a quarterback. Phidarian Mathis will wrap up the third round, and we'll wrap up my 3-round NFL mock draft. Chiefs Kingdom, let's go over real quickly. In the first round, I had the Kansas City Chiefs selecting Kyler Gordon and George Pickens. As we dive into the second round, it was Joshua Pascal and Chad Muma. And then we go into the third round, Wan'Dale Robinson and Phidarian Mathis. Let me know how I did on this mock draft. I kind of try to make it to where I can like envision what the Chiefs really do, instead of hoping like, let me just grab this player, and so on, because we know as a fan, it doesn't always go our way. So we got to think like the organization thinks, and that's what I try to give out today. But grade it. Let me know how you feel. Let me know players to keep my eye on for this next mock draft I have going on. I'm going to have the simulator running on Sunday, and don't forget, I will be out through Wednesday. And then we going live, baby. We going live on draft night. You guys do not want to miss out. I will keep you updated on every single pick in round 1. We're going to have fun. So please do subscribe, and please do like this video. I'm checking out. Y'all take care. Enjoy your weekend. I'll check in with you tomorrow.